the room, but a little late now, so we'll have to do that
Oh
next
yeah,
time.
yeah. A little next time. A little more
We're
forethought on
live.
that. We are live. You
Just
guys
talking
have
about
tuned
getting a
into
stool.
yeah.
So I could like sit on the stool. So I actually went into work today for about 3 hours and walked around, and yeah, it was a lot, which was good. It was fun. It was great to go in and see everybody and do a little work and have fun. So I'll be teaching a CCW class, part of the renewal class next Wednesday. So that'll be kind of fun. So
Oh yeah.
get
Easing
back to
back
work a little
into
bit.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who are tuning in, this is
So
the Best Experience podcast. This is the Best
yeah.
Experience with your host Nick Best and myself. And part of the membership here on the live experience on the live
Ben.
experience on this live stream, we like to read
Yeah.
off new members. We don't got no new
Mm-hmm.
members this week for the paid members, but we do have a couple of new free members. We have
Mm-hmm.
Kyun Han, and this one is NTN8JN5R26. Thank you guys
2-6.
for
Yeah.
joining our
Mm-hmm.
community. Part of the free membership is you get access the day after of the podcast. After this live stream, you guys, you don't get to enjoy it live, but you do get to watch the podcast after and catch up with
Yeah.
everything that we talked about. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
joining our Patreon, which we do encourage everyone to join, you get to ask questions, be a part of the community, and guess what? Get first heads up knowledge, see exclusive content, and all that stuff in the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? We're always trying to evolve it. We're always trying to add to it. And, we appreciate everyone who's joined and are solid members because we appreciate it. Without you, we can't do this.
That's true.
That's
Very
it.
true.
And
so thank
being
you.
part of, thank you. And part of this is you get to ask Nick questions, and we have 2 questions this week. Nick, would you like me to read them, or do you have it right there in front of you?
I'll read them. I got them in front of me.
All right.
All right. Great to see you back on your feet. I hope you're well and doing better, feel better, get well soon. What's the difference between free weight squats and deadlifts versus hammer strength squats and deadlifts? I thought I answered this already, but I will say this again. Free weights simulate your life. It's everyday movements. It's picking up a box. It's squatting down to the toilet. It's doing part of everyday things. Whereas the hammer strength stuff is great, but it takes all the balance out of it. It takes all the athleticism out of it. So it's good for something to do in your assistant stuff, but you should always squat and always deadlift free weights first, and then go to the hammer strength and do the squats and the deadlifts after that. Maybe 2 to 3 heavy sets of squats, 2 to 3 heavy sets of deadlifts, working sets, and then go to your hammer strength stuff. And again, you can do 2 to 3 sets there, 2 to 3 sets there on the deadlifts. And you should be good at that point as far as it goes, because you'll be, somewhere between 8 and 12 sets in. So that should be a decent amount of work. And maybe do 2 or 3 other exercises like leg extensions, leg curls, maybe some calves, throwing those in there after all that as well to just get to just finish everything off. So
and I think that's the difference between
it. One's more for bodybuilding and just looks, and the other is for being useful, being able to relate to your regular life a lot more. So,
exactly.
All right, question 2. If you could sit down with your 30-year-old self for 1 hour, what advice would you give yourself regarding training, finances, relationships, recovery, and longevity? Oof. Ouch. Training-wise, I think about 30s when I kind of figured out pretty well what I was doing and figured out the right path. But 36 is when I really started doing the strongman stuff and really getting into it good and really refined it. So probably 38, 39 is when I came up with a pretty darn good system for me that worked, that, I was able to recover from and everything else. So I would probably tell myself, change the rotation a little bit, get everything once a week, 4-day split is plenty. And just work hard, be intense with it, stuff like that. and remember, it takes the tendons longer to heal than the muscles. So make sure that's fully recovered before you get to it. Because at 30, you can still basically go the 4-day routine and go on a 7-day rotation. At 45 is when you need to kind of go to the 8-day rotation from that point on. Because your body just needs that extra rest as you get older, which is fine. But that training wise, that's kind of what I would tell myself. Finances wise, I would be kind of relationships on that as well. Finances and relationships kind of go hand in hand. So every time you get divorced, you start over again. So try to find somebody that fits your life style all the way through, that just wants you, doesn't want anything else other than just to be your partner. So and has you have a lot of things in common. People grow, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with people growing.
Yeah.
There's really not, but grow together, not apart. Avoid anybody that would do anything to cause a rift between you and your significant other should be eliminated from your life. On the men's side, there's not that much. Most of the guys are pretty supportive. The guys know they just need to blow off some steam, and the guys are just, unless you're asking for a solve to the problem, like, hey man, what do you think? If you don't ask them, hey man, what do you think? They're just going to listen to you and nod your head, which is a lot of times all the guys need to do is just get it out, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
The women and the groups of women, if you're married and you're hanging around a bunch of women that are single or divorced, the likelihood of that happening to you increases. It's sad to say, but it increases. If you're around a bunch of married people that enjoy their spouses and stuff like that, that also increases. So if you're looking to be married and stay married, protect that at all costs. And that's over the kids too.
Yeah.
Kids do not become more important than the relationship of the parents. And that is something our society has completely lost, because at some point the kids grow up and they move out. And then now you have the two of you. You should always put each other first. And that's going to be hard for a lot of people that already have kids that are coming into relationships to realize, because they'll dive into putting everything towards the child and everything else like that, which the child does need a lot of attention. It needs a lot of work, and it's a wonderful thing. I got 2 of my own and have loved them to death and would do anything for them. But something that does need to be put forward first is that relationship between the husband and wife. That should come before everything, as far as the relationship goes. It really should, because the two of you with a united front will straighten out and address any issues the child will have.
Exactly.
And make it better. And make it better. Because if you're going in one direction and the other one's going the other, and you're not the priority for each other, you end up, the kids can use that as a wedge, and they'll play one off the other. So you just got to understand that. So that would be those two things I think go hand in hand, though, finances and that, because going through divorces are very costly.
And very, and
emotionally
all manners.
Costly and everything
exactly.
else. Yeah. So I would definitely give my 30-year-old self that kind of like advice about that. And if I'm with a partner that can't do that, then that's not a partner I should probably be staying with.
Yeah.
So recovery, I pretty much got the recovery right. I would definitely do more ice baths and stay away from ibuprofen and things that are straining on the kidneys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And stuff like that, because that's going to do wear and tear later. That will affect you later in life, which, the good thing is having cancer and losing a kidney, and my GFR is now up over 65, which gets me out of kidney disease, which is great. I mean, I feel pretty darn good, other than my hips are hurting, but because they're recovering. But yeah, I would definitely, recovery wise, do more ice baths at an earlier age, and
Yep.
get more massage. I always got massage. That's something I still very much believe in. I'm probably another week and a half, go back to getting those at least once a week, after I get my hip taken care of again.
Right.
And then longevity wise, I kind of touched on it earlier. At 30, you can do like a 7-day training cycle at about somewhere between 36 and 42. Maybe that 7-day training cycle becomes an 8-day training cycle. That extra day of recovery will make a big difference, in the longevity part of things. It really will.
Yeah.
It'll help you, and the muscle's not going to atrophy, before you get back to working it out. It just won't grow quite as fast, but that's okay, because the tendons will be healthier, which will keep you from getting injured, and which will keep you training and keep you getting bigger. So
Yep.
it's not rocket science, but it's just something to look into and understand. As you get older, you need to take an extra day in there. So like every other day as you get older is especially over your 40s, is perfect. And
And like
that's
even for
kind of,
me, for the longevity, I'll just add in, advocating for yourself in longevity, as in making yourself a priority to see the doctor, making sure you get
oh yeah,
lab work, make
yeah,
sure you get blood work, make sure you follow up and
yeah.
really ask questions and do your due diligence and follow up with the things that you, because there's a lot of things I wish, just like I said, if I would have known about ibuprofen, or
Yeah.
certain medications, or certain things that we do on a daily life, that like, oh, we're abusing this, but we're never led to think that we weren't abusing it, because it's like, oh, it's over the
Right.
counter, oh, this is something
Yeah.
that we
And
just do. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
no, let
And
me get, because the doctor's offices do the bare minimum, because that's all they're allowed to do. If you don't speak
well,
up for yourself,
yeah. And they're not going to tell you, hey, your GFR was 100 and now it's down to like 90.
yeah,
What are you doing? Oh, now it's down to 85. Now it's down to 80. Hey, we got to figure this out. No, they
yep,
don't say anything to you till you get below 60.
yeah,
The
yeah.
moment you
They
get below
don't,
60,
yeah,
you have kidney disease, and now you got a problem.
and that goes
It's
across all blood work. They don't say
yeah,
anything until you're
until
in the
there's a problem.
danger zone.
Right. Which they should be monitoring that and doing a better job at,
Yeah, yeah,
um, giving people a heads up, which
yeah,
you can do that yourself if you get used to taking the tests and know what the
and that's
ranges
what
are
and
and stuff like that.
that's what I'm talking about. It's like
Yeah.
you have to advocate for yourself in these things. Like, is there, everything looks normal, but does it really look normal?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look, do the research, understand what you should be looking like, and not
Right.
just what they're telling you. Because
No,
just
exactly.
like Nick said, it's like they will only warn you when it's too late.
when you got a problem, they're only going to alert
Exactly.
you to the problem when you have it. They're
Exactly. In which all problems can, they're signs and markers. They just don't tell you, because they're
they
not
don't make as much.
obligated to tell
Yeah,
you.
they don't make as much money keeping you from having an issue as they do
Exactly.
once you have the issue. So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. So yeah. So those are the questions for today,
Oh
and
yeah.
then switching topics.
Yes.
One of our buddies got into a little boxing match last week.
Little boxing match. You know what I'm saying?
That was a lot of
Against
fun
a
to watch.
professional fighter.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty neat to see Eddie get in there with Tommy, and uh, Tommy did a very good job of staying the hell away from Eddie.
Well, he understood the assignment right off top. It's like you cannot go blow for blow, and you can only mitigate so much damage with a block.
Right, and it's funny because there was a couple times he'll get on the ropes and he's trying to slip out, and Eddie sticks his arm over. And he's like just kind of pulls him back in and tries. And he's like trying to duck and get out of there. It's
Yep.
just like, yeah, it's smart. It's why it's called boxing and not mauling. But it was pretty
Exactly.
neat to see Ed get in there, and actually he had one of the judges had him even,
Yeah.
which was really cool. And they scored that fight dead even. Two of
Yep.
the other ones were for Tommy, which is why
Oh
Tommy
yeah.
won. But
Yeah.
it was still
Pretty
pretty neat
close.
to see a split decision like that. That was
Yeah.
that was close, and
Well, it adds a little bit more
especially
accreditation to Eddie's professional fighting career here.
well, yeah, and his athletic ability on top of that, not
Yeah.
just being a strongman, but getting in there and throwing punches, and for 6 rounds, you get gassed. Just ask
And
what's his name, McGregor.
exactly.
Just ask Connor, because
Yep.
he got in there with Floyd, and he was knocking Floyd around pretty good
Yeah.
till about that 7th, 8th round, and then Floyd was like, "Okay, we're wearing you out now," and now he's tired, and that's
Yeah.
where McGregor got in a little trouble.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. That's when the damage is done.
yeah, but it was neat to see Ed in there doing that and walk out of there with not too beat up himself. So that
Oh
was
yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of fun to watch.
Well,
It really
it's
was.
so impressive because boxing, and like I said, Eddie
And his style changed
has,
a lot too.
yeah, his style has changed a lot, but his body size is completely trimmed, but he's still strongman size.
At 325.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At
That's
the
what I'm
competing
saying.
weight at the weight that I competed at.
Yeah, yeah. Is that boxing
Strongman.
at that weight? Oh my god!
Yeah.
The amount of cardiovascular like endurance you have to have at that size with that muscle mass to box that many rounds. I give my hats to Eddie because
Oh yeah.
that's beyond impressive, because it's like average people can't dig that deep.
No, and he was over 100 pounds heavier than Tommy too.
Yeah, yeah,
So Tommy did not want to get hit, even in the gloves,
yeah.
with Eddie swinging hard.
Oh
so
yeah, yeah. Those are all. Everything was a haymaker. So right off top,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was crazy.
Watching him talk about returning to MMA was kind of cool. I think actually that might not be a bad gig for him.
Yeah. I agree.
I think with his power and his strength, and more jiu-jitsu gets in there and more wrestling he gets in there, because his striking in this thing, I mean, he just went through a boxing thing, so his striking's not going to be bad. But I mean, I just don't. He's going to have to fight in different federations, because the UFC has got that hard limit
there's
at
no
265.
super heavyweight. Yeah, there is no super heavyweight.
And
It will as much as I'd love to see a professional Eddie hit professionally, it'll only be an exhibition, because I can't imagine any other person but either Brian Shaw, Mitchell Hooper, or anyone in that size. Because like I said, we originally were going to see that, Mitch and Eddie go at it, but it didn't come together. But it's like trying to find something that
didn't
can
come to
actually
fruition,
match.
but that's okay.
Yeah. It did, but
like it'd be fun to see him go in and do another MMA thing, like when he did against Pudge. And maybe he fights Ollie Thompson, because Ollie Thompson used to be a strongman. And Ollie Thompson's got a lot of MMA experience.
There you go.
So, or just any one of the other big MMA guys.
Yep.
Just I'll tell you now, you hit Eddie in the back of the head, you're going to have a problem. You hit him in the back of the head, or you elbow in the back of the head, and you don't knock him out when he gets up from that. Just understand, it's all going to be out the window at that point. He ain't going to put up with that. It's not Herb Dean. So
you know what I'm saying? Hey, right. Well, we're gonna go into that, but I have a nickname for Herb Dean. It is Herb. I'll allow it, Dean. All right, because I don't know how many fights I've watched where I'm just like, I know he can see it.
Oh yeah. No, did you see the thing that Dr. Hightower put out?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
So if you go to Dr. Hightower's site, he's got one post of him hitting the guy in the back of the head over and over with elbows.
Oh, and 12 consecutive elbows.
Yeah.
12 consecutive elbows to the back.
Yeah.
Not even just elbows, but 12 to 6. Both men down, hands down, feet down.
But the video before that, the post he put up before that was Herb Dean going over what was legal and illegal.
Yes, exactly.
Which in great detail.
Yeah.
Which he didn't do any of in the fight. So that's
even because like I was watching Sean O'Malley interview that he had after he saw no, Pereira asked about that, and they actually had to translate during those meetings, during the rules meeting, about and it was a whole section about hitting in the back of the head. And
Yeah.
O'Malley was like, we covered that. I think we've all stated that that's not to happen, but Herb came out with
Yes.
his, and he was like, it's
Who's
this
the guy who's
big of a
supposed to stop that?
section. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the guy who's supposed to stop that? Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
the ref.
exactly. Well, we'll make
So
that transition now for
it was
UFC
yeah,
250.
UFC 250, which
Yes.
was a pretty cool, pretty neat
Oh, the
event, I
greatest
thought.
event, the greatest UFC
Mm.
event. We'll never get that again. We'll never see that again. It was at the White House.
Well,
The
pretty su-
production.
pretty sure Dana White said they're never going to do that again
Oh
either
yeah,
because
yeah, absolutely. But
they spent a
in
lot
a
of money.
lifetime, this is in a
Yeah, yeah.
lifetime. Well,
No, it's pretty neat.
yeah, and it was the structure, the weather, the music, the walkouts,
Yeah,
the cinematography, the fly out, everything was
yeah,
amazing, and
yeah.
every fighter was out for display. Everybody knew what was
Oh
on the
yeah.
line, and
Oh, everybody
yeah,
came to fight.
everybody came to fight.
Everybody
Everyone
came out to
realized
fight.
what was happening here. Yeah,
Getting to walk through the building and come out like that.
yeah,
It was pretty cool. And all the soldiers there saluting and stuff as they walk by.
yep.
That was pretty cool. I mean, just
It
all the
was
way
amazing.
around, and
It was
it
amazing.
being Trump's 80th birthday,
Yep.
and just a celebration of the country and everything else. When the jets flew over, that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And there's some people that aren't going to like it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Well, no taxpayer money was paid to put this on.
Yeah.
It was paid by the UFC. It was paid by
Mm-hmm.
the business that owns them. It was cashed out. Everyone was trying to file these injunctions and do all this court work, and it's like none of it came out of taxpayers' money.
At some point, people are becoming assholes just to be assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't sue when Biden had his thing at the White House with the stuff that they did. And you know what? At the end of the day, if that's okay, then this is okay.
Yeah.
Plain
100%.
and simple. If that's going to be okay,
all the time,
then this is going to be okay. If you have to stand on one side and jump up and down at anything that the other side's doing, and the other side can't do a similar event and stuff like that, then you're the problem.
Yeah.
And let me say that again. You're the problem. And I mean that. It's
exactly. This was an
you
event that was epic, beautiful, stupid. It was the pinnacle of what America is, and UFC is the fastest growing sport happening right now, and it's a part of American culture. It is absolutely a part of American culture.
Like I said, it's a wonderful thing. It's also kind of just like there was a certain president that put a basketball court at the White House.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All cool. And that cost the taxpayers money, by the way.
Yep.
And then now this one wants to put a ballroom so you don't have people coming in.
Yeah.
So you have an ultra secured location to, we might have lost it.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just covering for you while he was gone. I was just saying, I stayed up all night. We're on the West Coast. And, so that means we weren't up till the middle of the night. We were only up till 10.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad. But like I was saying earlier, a guy puts a basketball court there. Did anybody sue? Did anybody try to do injunctions or anything else? Then we have companies that are paying and flipping the bill, except for the new defense stuff that's going to be on there. Which that needs to be there. They need to have the security there on the White House like that with the drones.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff
also
like
too, how many events they have at the White House all the time?
All the
Easter
time.
egg hunts, all the parties.
Well, but they have all these dinners at these hotels and at these places that are not as secure as the White House would be. So to sit there and sue people and just cause disruption for the sake of causing disruption, when the next president, whoever gets in there, is going to have a place that's going to be a lot safer to have dinners that are be nice and in grand style to represent our country.
Yeah.
If you're fighting against that, why? Just because you hate Trump. Okay, cool. Find something else to do. This is the problem. If you
Yeah, but
disagree
people
with
don't
his
see themselves as
politics,
the problem. That's the
if you
problem.
disagree with his politics, if you disagree with everything, okay, cool. That's fine. You can disagree with him. We all disagree with a lot of the stuff that the last guy did because there was a lot of things he didn't do. A lot of the stuff AutoPen did so much that we really don't know.
Yeah.
Which okay, that's fine. And letting all the people into the country without
Oh
having
yeah.
secured
Yeah.
borders and the kids and the child trafficking and the drugs that
Oh
came
yeah.
through. All that
Oh
is
yeah.
completely and utterly unacceptable. Did you see us
That's
losing
it.
our mind? Did you see us rioting? Did you see people doing anything else? And just so that you know, I'm not Republican.
That's it.
So I'm not. I'm an independent voter. I want what's best for the country. I want what's best for the United States of America and the rest of the world for that matter. But I want what's best for the United States of America
Yeah.
and for us to be a strong country. Because once we're gone, there's nobody to protect the freedom of the whole entire world. In England
Exactly.
right now, if you speak out against the government, you will get jailed.
Yeah. Oh, you put social media post up, you're going to
Yeah,
jail. You know
they'll
what I'm
come
saying?
see you.
Yeah.
So
They'll come
there's
find
a
you.
problem. There's a problem there.
Yeah. That
And
guy who was in America shot a couple of guns while he's in America, went back to England, and then went to jail because he shot some guns and posted a picture of it.
yeah, it's just
He was inciting violence in England while he was in America.
yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well,
it's
let's not go too deep into that though.
yeah, okay, yeah, good point. But
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, look, it's all you're doing is blowing your own foot off.
Hmm?
You truly are. If we want to do history and we want to look at things, who paid income taxes before World War One?
That's it.
Nobody.
No,
It was all
none.
coming. All the money was coming in on tariffs.
Yep.
So you have all this opportunity, you have all these factories going, the industrial revolution is going full spin, the American economy is doing well, and then of course you had the stock market crash in
Mm,
1929. But things were going great. Then you had the crash, and then World War II comes along, and we got done with World War II. We came out of that, and we were sitting pretty darn good. But they started income tax during World War II, and if you look at the Communist Manifesto, income tax is a big part of that. So it's kind of one of those things that we need to actually worry more about how they spend our money and what they're doing with it
exactly.
than
An
increasing what we're
actual
already paying.
accountability setup for that.
Because
Yeah.
right now, my opinion is they have almost no accountability for what the government
Yeah,
spends,
they don't. They don't.
and they give it to NGOs. And the NGOs do whatever they want with it, and people can
Well,
start an NGO
yeah.
and get all this money from the fire victims, and then take their name off the list the next day.
Yep.
So
And they don't even have to reference who they give money to or help people with. They don't have to prove anything.
right, and then you have other people putting legislation in that you can't check it.
Yeah. Or you can't verify it, or you can't
Yeah,
even investigate it.
right. So, and all this is just spun off the UFC 250. I'm sorry,
Yeah. And well, hey,
but
like I said, let's drop it there and move on to the next
yeah,
topic because we can go so deep into that.
oh yeah, that's a couple hours. But
Exactly.
I just want everybody to be able to get along and live
Yeah.
happily
Exactly.
and enjoy each other's company. And you can have different
Yes.
points of view.
Yep.
You can like what I say, you cannot like what I say. It's okay. And if you have a different
Exactly. We
point,
can have a
you can tell.
conversation about that.
We can have a conversation that you didn't like what I
Yeah.
said about this, or you can have a conversation that I didn't like what you said about that. Remember, I can be just as offended as you are.
Yeah.
When does that happen?
Exactly.
It's only one. No, everybody can be offended. Everybody can offend
Yeah.
other people. It's okay. And then you talk it
Exactly.
out, you work it out. You can even come to an agreement to disagree. It is okay.
Exactly.
But you don't have to lose your mind over it. You don't have to get violent over
Yeah.
it. You don't have to
Exactly.
do anything else over it. It's
Yeah.
just go about your day. Enjoy your life.
Exactly.
Go
Yeah.
meditate. Go relax. And don't infringe on the rights of other people.
At all.
It's pretty simple. So
It is very simple.
anyway, okay, well, that's my soapbox for that one. Whew,
Well,
That
we
got
got
deep.
the 2026 Rogue Invitational.
Yeah,
They've already released 3 athletes that are going to compete,
yeah,
and
big
yeah, I'm just
shocker.
assuming, yeah,
Hopdor, Bjornsson, Martins, Lisix, and Reno now.
exactly.
Yeah, that's gonna
All
be no.
world's strongest men.
Yeah, yeah. I figure we'll probably see a few other. I wouldn't be surprised if Mitchell doesn't get invited.
Yeah,
If he wants to, but he's moving, so who
yeah,
knows? It's
exactly.
gonna be interesting seeing him here in Las Vegas. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
Um,
saying? I can
it's
imagine
like,
the content.
but Bud, uh, moving down here in July, late June, early
Oh,
July.
yeah, yeah. Could have picked a better time.
Love you. July will be the hottest month out of the year,
Yes.
and we will also the monsoon seasons are starting to come in, and then if you can see with like some of the stuff from Southern California and all that weather coming up, there's a
Oh yeah. Well, El
tropical.
Nino is this
Yeah.
year. That
Well,
means
yeah.
so
I,
much rain.
we've been through 3 of those now over the last
Yeah,
20
but they
years.
cut. They yeah.
And, oh my
Well, you know, it's
God!
been
It's like the world's falling. No,
more than
no,
a few.
it's going to rain. So
A lot.
be an adult and know what to do when it rains
Yep.
a lot, and be in
Exactly.
a
Be
place where
prepared.
be prepared and be in a place where it's not that bad. You see, going, oh my gosh, it's going to rain 8 inches tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe don't go be in a floodplain.
Exactly. Or stay home. Try to
Yeah,
avoid that day.
yeah. Or if the freeways are going to flood, call in and work from home. Fine.
Exactly.
It's this is not. It's not anything that people will not, survive and get through and everything else.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
things have been
It happens.
happening
It
for.
happens all the time. It
Yeah,
happens all
because
the
I
time.
can remember at least like the last 3. Because I
Yeah.
was in
Well, the one
California
I
for one of
remember.
them.
Yeah, in the '90s, that's the one I remember
Mm-hmm.
the most because I remember the entire neighborhood flooded to our third step, and our house was sitting up pretty high, and I was like,
Yeah,
God damn! Like people were literally in boats, like rubber boats and canoes, just
yeah.
going down the street.
Well, I remember I was working for my buddy Kenny for Adjo's Produce at the time,
Yeah,
and they got more rain in the Bay Area that year than they did in Seattle. I think they
man.
got 12 feet of rain in the Bay Area that
Oh,
year. And I remember
yeah,
coming across the bridge, getting hit with wind gusts, driving an empty
yeah,
bobtail, heading down
yeah.
to the South City Market in San Francisco to pick up produce. And that thing just weaving all over the place.
Whipping,
And,
whipping.
but
Oh yeah,
yeah, so it's just be smart.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
hard.
It is
So,
not hard.
yeah. So
Exactly.
where were we going
But
with
you know,
this?
back to the Rogue
Oh,
Invitational.
big
You know, what I'm
Rogue
saying it's gonna
Invitational. Yeah, we were talking
it's
about it being
yeah,
hot monsoons. Got it.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so I'd like to see Austin Andrade go to that.
Absolutely.
Nick Gordione,
Yes.
and then geez, um, good God, there's so many that you want to
Oh,
see
there's
go.
so many. There's so
Martins
many.
is already going, so that's cool.
Yep.
Uh, Let me think.
Because typically, how many competitors do they usually have? Is it usually 10,
I think
right?
it's 10 or 12.
Yeah, and then a couple
So
of backups.
yeah, yeah. No, Evan Singleton,
Well,
I'd like to see there. I think that'd be
yep,
good. Um, he just needs to keep his
shit
keep
together.
it. Yeah,
Needs to really keep it tight, keep it focused.
yeah. That guy's got the biggest unlimited potential.
Yeah,
He's just gotta keep it screwed on right. Um,
that's it.
and then oh my gosh,
Well, I definitely think we're going to get a top 10 World's Strongest Man repeat. You know what I'm saying? From last year or from this
hmm
year, basically heading down over there. You know what I'm saying? We might get, a
yeah,
couple of, like we're giving you a chance to step up and
yeah,
compete on this rogue.
um,
But, like Trey, I see Trey hitting this
yeah.
list without even,
Trey
yeah,
for
you know
sure,
what I'm
hundred
saying?
percent.
And
Trey
yeah,
should be there.
100% Trey. Trey is looking stronger. I watch his training all the time, and
Hmm.
goddamn, these fucking these he because I keep seeing him do them where he's basically just doing a jerk to get that the axle bar up, and I'm like, I'm like, God damn it, that press is gonna be in freaking sane.
Oh, his press is
You
like
know what I'm
nuts.
saying? Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and then Evan,
Yeah,
Thomas Evans,
yeah.
would be
Thomas
good.
Evans, he
Would be good
deserves
to
a
see.
call in. He was there
Yeah,
last year, I think, and
yeah.
he should be heading there this year.
But and then Bryce, of course. But
Yeah,
there's so many other international guys. You know, you got
yeah,
Stoltman. You know, Tom
exactly. Well,
Stoltman.
yeah,
Uh, you know, there's like so many guys in England. You
so many
know,
guys.
so it's I don't envy them picking
Yeah,
the
exactly.
cool now the
Two
cool
there's
now here's the cool part. Next week we get to talk to the guy that helps make some of the equipment, and that
yes,
also knows Jan Todd very well. Steve Slater is going to be on the show next week. I think we're going to be an
good.
hour earlier,
Yeah, we will be
or
earlier
hour or
that
two,
day.
maybe
So
2 hours earlier.
I think
I
we're going
think
to
that
be
day
on 2 hours ahead because
because
we will be
they're in
starting
Ohio,
at 5 p.m. Yeah, they're on house, so we'll be starting 8 p.m. his time, but
which will be 5 hours. Yeah,
but our time or
but
5 p.m. our time.
Steve and I go way back. I mean, like I got my first set of like Atlas stone molds from him and a log from him and stuff like that, and it was pretty neat. You know, getting to pick his brain and learn stuff from him back when I was first starting out. And,
Oh yeah,
you know, he's been affiliated with Arnold forever, you know, since back before I was doing it in 2010. So it's,
nice.
he's going to have a lot of stories, like a
There we
lot.
go.
Talk about the equipment and then working for Rogue and Slater Hardware
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So it's that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be
yeah,
a lot of good
that'll be a
information.
great interview.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
well,
But
that we've covered the Rogue, we've covered the
mhm,
UFC, we've talked a little bit of
mhm.
politics, Eddie and Tommy, but let's start heading our way out here, Nick. But give us a little
Okay.
update on the hip.
Okay, well, the left hip is doing great. I can actually stand a little for a small amount of time with my foot off the ground. Not very long; it's about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
But I'm getting to where I can put all my weight on my left leg. Yay! The bad thing is my right leg. It's still draining. The antibiotics I've been on for probably a little over 2 weeks now. And so I
yeah,
think Friday, if it's still draining, which I expect it to be, because not much is changing with that. It's not looking any better. It's not looking any worse. It's just kind of there.
yeah,
They're going to go in and open it up and irrigate it all out and clean it all out, and then sew it all back up, and I start the wound healing over again. The cool part
yeah,
is it's just the physical cut.
yeah,
So the extreme pain from getting, the top of the femur cut off, and then
yeah.
the
Getting
ball
chiseled and hammered.
hammered down into the socket and stuff like that, and then the socket itself when they put that in, and the bone pain from all that will not be there this time. So
Yes.
this will just be them going in, opening it up, cleaning it out, and um, sewing me, stitching me, or gluing me back together and sending me on my way. They did staples last time, but I
Okay.
hope they don't do the staples again. That was not a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like
But
staples. Staples are
yeah,
the worst.
yeah. I actually wouldn't mind a combination of stitches and glue.
Well, right off top, the Surrey strip should be more than enough, but also too your goddamn, fucking what the hell is it? Your the plated armor you got for skin.
Yeah, I
It's what
know.
that's what staples are required. They were required because you got to imagine the amount of intense stretch that your body's because that muscle flexes and it's gonna pull it back, and that's why
Oh
we had
yeah,
to use the staples.
yeah. That's why I was saying some stitches and some glue. I think would be better than the
Yeah,
staples because the glue will just wear
exactly.
off, and the stitches,
Yeah,
the
they
glue
can
will be
dissolve
wore
in
off
there.
about the time that they can just cut off or
Yeah,
dissolve. So, but
exactly. I
I'm not
agree.
the doctor,
I
so I
agree.
don't get to pick.
You know what I'm saying?
But I go see them Friday, I think at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll figure
Okay.
out where it goes from there.
Yeah. Yeah. See
Whether
what the
they'll
plan
just do it,
is.
whether they'll shoot me up and do it in the office, or whether they'll have me go into the hospital and knock me out. I don't know which, but I'll
Yeah.
find that out on Friday. But
That's it.
all in all, it's doing
Yeah.
pretty good. Like I said, I went to work earlier today. I was there about 3 hours total. Did a lot more walking than I expected to. which I thought I'd been doing a decent amount of walking around here and standing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But today kind of woke me up to I need to do more.
Yeah.
So, which was great. And then, if you're in Vegas and you want to get a CCW renewal class, if you come into the range 702, I could be the one teaching it or
That's
helping
it.
teach it.
That's it.
Next
Exactly.
Wednesday, I'll be help teaching it because that'll be my first kind of class back. And then I'll go
Yeah.
back and forth with Jeff, and
Mhm.
he'll do a couple slides. I'll do a couple slides. We'll go back and forth and get back in the rhythm of it, and then get back into the swing of doing it, by myself
Yeah.
again. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna give a little warning out there. A CCW class is more than an hour.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you know what
It's
I'm
for
saying? Yeah.
the
So
so
yeah.
right now in Nevada, it's an 8-hour course for the first one. To get your initial CCW, it's an 8-hour course. You have to take a written or it's a test, so it's multiple choice. You have to take a test at the end of it, and then you have to do the shooting test.
Yeah.
And so you have to do those. With the renewal class, as of right now, which they're talking this is going to change at some point. Right now, the renewal class is 4 hours. There's no multiple choice test at the end of it. It's just basic review of everything that you covered
Yeah.
with the other stuff and all the legal stuff and, the castle doctrine, because we have that here in the state of Nevada,
Yeah.
and stand your ground, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I live in California. We
all,
don't have that.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, how to deal with, dogs, and how to deal with
Yeah.
people stealing from your driveway and stuff like that, like how you protect property. You can't use deadly force to protect property. Can't.
Nope.
It's illegal. But
Yeah.
you can use reasonable force.
Yes.
So if somebody's trying to steal something off your car, you can use reasonable force. But if you walk out there and there's a guy standing there with a gun, it's probably not worth dealing with. Just call your insurance company and let them take the vehicle, that type of stuff. And then just deal
Exactly.
with that. Especially since I've been
Yes.
through a stolen vehicle.
Yes. Yes. And
One of my visits
and
out
with
there.
and with all this gun talk, I'm going to drop a nice little sponsorship. US
Hmm.
LawShield code
Yep.
best NV. And
Yep.
guess what? You can get hooked up. Link is in the notes.
Yeah.
As we're talking gun laws, nothing wrong
Yeah.
with a little gun insurance.
No. The gun insurance is great, especially with them, because their most expensive one, I think, is $54.90 a
Yeah.
month, and that will give you a full lawyer for all the criminal proceedings on it. It'll also give you a
Yeah.
lawyer for all the civil proceedings, because in this day and age, if you have to defend
Everybody
yourself,
sues.
you're going to get sued civilly at the end of this, and
Yeah.
that'll cover it for the
Yeah.
length of it. Like at the
Yes.
range, we had a guy try to steal some guns coming into the CCW class about 6 years ago, and they shoot him out of there. And it took him about 45 minutes to get him out of the building. And he kept reaching in his pocket, grabbing like he had something in his pocket. And then the police showed up. And the moment the female officer walked out, he pulled out a screwdriver and stabbed her in the neck and
Yes.
in the face. And so everybody defended the police officer and put the guy down.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's still criminally, they were cleared. They got accommodations from the state of Nevada and from the governor and stuff like that for protecting the
Yep.
police officers, stuff like that. The family of the homeless guy that did this hasn't seen him in over 2.5 years, and they'd still file a lawsuit against loss.
Yeah.
And it's 6 years into it. So imagine that if you need
Without
6 years
any
to do that,
protection.
you still have that legal protection for the length of the trial for that incident.
Yep.
So that's awesome. They also, at the 5490, have $1 million of civil liability coverage. So if for whatever reason, because lawyers like to settle out of court, if they go to settle out of court and they say they settle for like $100,000, cool, the civil trial is over. Now you got to come up with $100,000. Well, you have $1 million of civil liability coverage. You're going to be okay. You're not going to pay anything. You're already paying it out of your $54.90 a month.
That's
They
it.
also have a bail, up to $100,000 in bail if you needed that. Like if you got arrested by you know, police officers that just did it.
Yeah.
They can come and get you out of there. They're lawyers. When you go to call U.S. LawShield, you don't call and they put you in touch with a lawyer. A lawyer answers the phone, so you immediately have attorney-client privilege from the moment it starts.
From the
And
moment.
then from the moment it starts, you'll go through everything with the lawyer, and then they'll come out to you. So they'll just tell you to sit there, be quiet, don't talk anymore. They'll come to where you're at and come represent you at any time of the day.
Yep.
So that's
and
also
that's
really
U.S. LawShield.
LawShield.
All right.
Yeah.
It's in our show notes, so make sure you check it out if you are interested.
Yeah. And so they also have a thing for special witnesses. So if you need an expert to come in and testify, the experts are between $800 and $1,000 an hour for testimony. So that $100,000 clears that too. So you get it done, and you're going to be fine if the unfortunate thing happens and you have to defend your life or your family's life, you're going to be able to do that with some financial security at the end of the whole thing, at the end of the day. So I thoroughly believe in U.S. LawShield.
And as avid gun owners and people who practice safety, guess what? It's better to have than not.
Yeah, that's true. And then I'm looking forward to going out to Springfield Armory once my hips heal all the way. And go do some tour of the Springfield Armory and go do some shooting out there with those guys and learn about some long distance shooting. And the Kuna I got from them is just unreal. So I also got a 1911 TPR 45 ACP from them, and that's a fun gun to shoot.
It is nice. It is. I can confirm it is nice.
So,
all right, Nick, take us on out.
All right. Well, thank you for everything. Thank you for putting up with my soapboxes today. Drink a little too much coffee before the show. Anyway, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Go out there and just be good to each other.